Wildcat fans, we're here at historic Moore Gymnasium inside the offices of Bethune-Cookman University Volleyball. The Wildcats came away with a huge win to open up the 2018 season, and we're joined by the head coach, Brittany Williams. Coach, you started out with a win against Texas Southern, a SWAC power. Came into the home state of Texas. We profiled it before. You had so many players going back to the Lone Star State, and it was a huge win. Walk us through the match.
So of course, we had our first match jitters. We did end up starting, I believe, 3 freshmen in that match. And so definitely just took them some time to get used to playing at the collegiate level. Practice is one thing, but being in a match is a totally different situation. And so I think once we got past those first game jitters, we really found our stride in that second set. And we just had some people really show up and surprise us. Skylar Whitaker, she came in, made a substitution with her, and she just came in and she was solid for us in serve receive, on defense with her attacking. She's a great server, and so we were really excited, to see our freshmen really step up. And then, of course, we had Jordan Jefferson leading the way for us, as well as Faith Landreneau, both preseason All-MEAC picks. And then, Mariah Hill really stood out this weekend for us. She's a blocking machine. I know Dan likes to call Faith the machine, but I think Mariah's going to make a play for that title as well.
Coach, let's go back to those jitters. What got the jitters out? Was it a timeout? Was it leadership from a veteran? Or just a matter of getting reps?
I think it was just a matter of getting reps. And we just kind of told them after that first time out, have fun, relax, trust your training. Even before the match started, I told them I was racking my brain like, okay, I need just some rah-rah, speech to get them going. And then I realized we always tell them to trust the training. And so as their coach, I have to also trust the training and know that we've given them all the tools that they need to go out there and be successful.
Skylar, what's her plan moving forward? How do you look to use her going into the matches this weekend?
I think she's going to be huge for us. She really stabilizes us in serve, receive, and on defense. And so she's that kid who's just always ready to get in the game in any capacity that we need her. We're also hoping that we're going to get Miranda White back this week. And so that's going to add another dimension to us that we didn't have this past weekend. And so it's really just going to be a fight.
We know Faith Landreneau wasn't 100%, but what does that mean to you as a coach to go out there and see her battle through a time where she's not feeling at her best?
That was huge. It was an injury that came on. I think it kind of happened on the flight where she realized she was getting a little tight, and then she was just never able to work it out. But we have a great trainer, patched her up, and she just went out there and she played. So she was probably at about 75%. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen when she's a full go again.
For the rest of the tournament, the Wildcats dropped a couple of decisions after the win against Texas Southern. What building blocks can the team take away from those 2 games?
I think we realized we've got a great foundation. Blocking-wise, we finished with 10.5 blocks against Sam Houston, which is a great team, who probably 2 years ago when we played them at the Tulane tournament, slaughtered us. And so, it was definitely encouraging to see a team with a lot of the same players returning, that we were able to go out there and compete with such a young group. In that match, we mainly had sophomores and freshmen on the court. And so to think, within the next 2 or 3 years, that's still going to be our core group. It was really, it's an exciting time to be a Wildcat right now in the volleyball program. And so we're just looking to the future and building every single match. And so I think the girls had some great takeaways from the match, and they're really encouraged. And I know they're going to come in today at practice and work really hard and just get prepared for our next tournament.
Now, I know on the road for your teams, it's not always just about the game. That's the most important part, but we're not in school for an extended period of time just yet, so maybe studies don't take up that extra time, but you got to see some sightseeing, go around and see the Lone Star State. What did you introduce these young ladies to?
So we surprised them when we first got there, and we took them to Topgolf. We always take them bowling, and so they thought they were going bowling, of course, and so they were really excited. We're not the greatest golfers, we realized. We actually lost 2 clubs. Just kind of flew out of people's hands onto the green. So that, nobody got hurt.
Yes, I didn't hit anyone?
Nobody got hurt, so it was all good there. And then we took them to the Galleria area in Houston near downtown, and they got to see the water wall, which was really cool. And, I grew up there, and I'd never seen it before. So it was a great experience. And then we let them go see the Sam Houston statue right before we got into town for practice. And so I think that was great for them. It was just a good experience all around for all the girls.
So when's the next time this team's going back to Texas?
Let's hope next year.
Now, I know for you, you had friends and family in attendance. For the handful of players that are from the Lone Star State, they had friends and family too. How great was it to have Wildcat support out there?
It was awesome. My dad got to see me coach for the first time ever. And so, I won't say how old I am, but I've been coaching for a long time. And so for him to get a chance to be there, got to see my aunts and uncles, A lot of the players from Texas had parents there, as well as Jade. Her dad flew in. She's from Arizona, but her dad's originally from Texas, so he came to town. And then Janae Higgins, one of our seniors, her mom made the trip. So it was just nice to just be able to have family, and it felt like we had a home crowd, so it was almost like a home court for us. So it was great.
What'd your dad say to you after the game?
He was like, "Baby, I didn't know you could coach like that." So that was pretty nice afterwards. So he was there for our first win of the season.
That's going to be a memory you're going to hold for a long time, right?
Definitely. And then watching my nieces and nephews jump up and down in the stands, even though whether we scored or the other team scored, they were excited.
She's Brittany Williams, the head coach of the BCU Wildcats, who are back in action again this weekend in Boca Raton at FAU, playing a variety of matches. Coach, you got a somewhat similar schedule where you're playing different teams. What's the one thing going into this weekend you want to see your team accomplish?
I want us to be better than we were last weekend in every aspect of our game. As long as we're improving every single weekend and we're building, then that's all we can ask for as a staff.
She's the head coach, Brittany Williams. I'm Nolan Alexander of the Cat Eye Network. Follow everything BCU Volleyball this weekend at www.bcuathletics.com and live Twitter updates at BCU Volleyball. Hail Wildcats!